Zlatan Ibrahimovic just yesterday back in Milan's team, coming in off the bench, played about 40 minutes against Sampdoria. So far, we don't really care what he's done in Serie A. I'm more focused on the hole that he leaves, not just with the LA Galaxy, but with Major League Soccer. Alejandro, I'll start with you. Do you believe the Galaxy will be better without this guy?
Well, you can make the argument that it will be a team that will be perhaps more balanced, better. Hey, relax, bruh. Relax. They will be more balanced. They may be better defensively. They're certainly not going to be as entertaining. I'm going to tell you that much. And for the three of us who cover this league, it's going to give us a lot less to talk about, because a Zlatan league is a more entertaining league. A Zlatan LA Galaxy is a more entertaining LA Galaxy. And guess what? We, all of us in the media covering Major League Soccer, we're far better off with Zlatan being around, because here's a guy that is not afraid to speak his mind, to say what he wants to say, to put his feelings out on the table, and doesn't care about what anybody else thinks about him. That allowed us, and not only a look into Zlatan's world, but it also allowed us the opportunity to discuss and argue about the league in a way that we hadn't done before Zlatan.
Herc, was it a mistake to let him go for the Galaxy?
Absolutely. How could it not be a mistake? I don't care if he's 38, if he's 40 or 44. This guy was putting up 30-plus goals a season on the field and also off the field. What Ali just mentioned to you, the drama, the excitement, everything he brought. He's the most colorful character that's ever graced the presence in Major League Soccer. It's not even close. Without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, these casuals who were tuning in won't tune in. All of a sudden, the media attention that he would have gotten, or MLS would have gotten, isn't there anymore. Now, I agree, the league is changing. You don't have to depend on these aging stars. But we're not talking about an aging star. We're talking about a colorful personality. We're talking about the nemesis, the rival, the villain, that guy that you can always count on for a soundbite. And Major League Soccer today is far off worse without Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Ale, who misses Zlatan more, Major League Soccer or the LA Galaxy?
Major League Soccer. The LA Galaxy will miss the goals, and you cannot do away with the goals that Zlatan was able to put in. But it's Major League Soccer, because it's a bigger picture when it comes to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He impacted the LA Galaxy, and the productivity was there. And so whatever his age may have been, I don't care, because the productivity is there. But the presence of Zlatan and Major League Soccer in environments in which MLS is simply not going to be present this year because Zlatan is not here, I think those environments are the ones that MLS is simply not going to be able to reach. With Zlatan, he walked in the door and everybody was paying attention. Without Zlatan, I don't think that's the case. Now, there's a job to be done by MLS in saying, okay, fine, Zlatan is not here, but this is how we sell this league. This is how we sell our players. This is where the personalities come from. But when you start searching for those personalities, well, that's when you're going to come up short, because nobody is quite to the level of Zlatan.
So Zlatan moves on to Serie A, and now the question is, what kind of player will he be? What kind of, in some way, representative of the level of MLS will he be in Serie A? Now, on ESPN FC earlier this week, Dan Thomas set the number at 8 goals in 21 league games for Dan Thomas. Stuart Robson said he wouldn't get there. Stevie Nicol said that he would not get there. Let's go down that hypothetical road, gentlemen. Let's say Zlatan cannot score in Serie A, but he was good enough to score 52 goals in 56 regular season games in MLS. Alejandro, what does that say about Major League Soccer?
Not a damn thing. That's what it says about MLS. Not a damn thing. See,
how?
You can try to make the connection and say, okay, well, he scored goals here, but he didn't score goals there. Well, that has happened with players around the world. And I'm not an apologist for MLS, but to suggest that him not scoring for Milan says that somehow MLS is not to the level to where it needs to be, it's not a connection I'm ready to make right now. I don't know what the situation is in Milan. I don't know what the players are around here in Milan. I don't know what his training regime is in Milan. I don't know what his reality is in Milan. I knew what he did here, and I knew the opposition that he was playing against. I know that, and I can evaluate that. But I cannot evaluate why he's not scoring goals in Milan and he's scoring goals in Major League Soccer. two different realities. And the more that we try to connect and somehow project, well, if MLS is this and MLS is that, because Zlatan's scoring goals here and scoring goals over there, it shows our insecurity about it, Major League Soccer. This is the way.
But don't we have to analyze the defenders in the league up against that standard?
Well,
is that insecurity, or is that just saying that the level of defending in MLS can't touch Serie A if the goals give you that answer?
Oh, guess what? Giorgio Chiellini is better than Justin Glad? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my God. Oh, wait a minute, that's breaking news. Oh my, I mean, what are we talking about here? See, here's the thing. If Zlatan goes and scores goals in Serie A, are then people going to say, well, see, he scores goals in MLS and in Serie A the same way, so MLS must be at the same level as Serie A.
Wouldn't it validate MLS? Wouldn't it validate MLS?
But why do you need validation for MLS?
Because it's in a global market, Al. It's always compared to the other soccer.
Yeah, see, but here's the thing. As a former player in Major League Soccer, I don't need validation in Major League Soccer. I know what the league is all about.
That's the thing, Ali. You don't need it because you know what they're about, but other people don't know what it's about, and casuals will assume that if he can't cut it in Serie A, it's because MLS is terrible, the defenders are terrible, and that's why he was carving it up. I agree with you, Ali, though. You made a very good statement earlier when you talked about balance. What type of team would the Galaxy be? If you saw the Galaxy last year, they played for Zlatan. Milan's not going to play for Zlatan that way. Milan sits 12th right now on the table, and they've scored 16 goals so far. Right now, that tells me they have a problem creating these goals. So it doesn't matter if Zlatan goes there. He's not going to be the immediate answer. And I've never seen a more imposing physical player than Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But if you're going to tell me he's going to walk in right now and dominate Serie A or dominate any league, I don't see that. The way he did things in Major League Soccer, it doesn't mean it's not an indictment of the level of play of the defenders. It's an indictment of how the LA Galaxy played and how they played for him. That might not be the case in Serie A, and I'm with you, Ali. It's not really anything towards us. It's not going to tell us that Major League Soccer defenders are any far worse or better than Serie A or any other league in the world.
52. Go ahead, Ali.
Here's what I say, Seb. Because this position that you're taking is one that a lot of people take in Major League Soccer, that there is this sense that somehow we have to compare our league to the rest of the world in order for our league to continue to grow. Maybe, but that's the same desperation that exists in trying to compare yourself to Liga MX. And until we beat a team from Liga MX in Champions League, then we're not going to grow. Well, let me tell you, we haven't won the CONCACAF Champions League, and yet the league continues to grow regardless of that. At some point, you're going to have to evaluate yourself intrinsically in MLS first before you go comparing yourself with everybody else. And until you don't improve yourself and your level and your core group of players and the maturity of American players and the players that are coming into the league, then it doesn't matter what happens in comparison to the rest of the world.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.